Hey y'all, this is Nina Stevens, and I'm in the South where sushi is still called bait. What am I doing today? Well, I am pressure canning chicken legs and thighs bone in. Come on and let me show you what I got. Okay, this is what I got. I got 10 pounds of leg quarters. They were caught on sale. So I like to buy meat in bulk when I can find a good price on it. Anyway, so I'm going to take this chicken out of the bag. And I'm going to give it a rinse to begin with. Now, these large sections of fat, I'm going to cut those off when I trim them up. And they will be separated. I'm going to separate them. But I'm going to can them bone in. First of all, when you can chicken, when you pressure can chicken, and you pressure can it bone in, it saves on the time. Alright, what I'm doing right here is I'm feeling for that joint. So that lets me know where to cut to separate the leg from the thigh. And I cut through that joint. This right here is my Callie bowl. When you pressure can chicken and you pressure can it bone in, it saves time, because pressure canning chicken without the bone, you have to can it for 90 minutes. Pressure canning with the bone in is 75 minutes for quarts. So it saves time. The second reason that I can chicken with the bone in is for the bone broth that it creates. So when I pressure can this, the bone that is left, the broth that's created first, is more nutritious than if the bone was not in. Then when I use the chicken, chicken is my favorite. Chicken is one of my favorite meats. It's less expensive. It's more versatile than other kinds of meat. And when I use the chicken in a recipe, the bones that are left, I grind them up. So I don't give Callie raw chicken bones, and I don't give her cooked chicken bones because they splinter. And you don't want to give your child something that's going to hurt them. So The chicken bones that are left, I grind them up and I add them to Callie's food so she can have the benefit of the bone marrow. And then the broth that's created from using the bone is something that's good and more nutritious than not using the bone. So that is my preference for pressure canning chicken, is to can it bone in. And I'm not going to pre-cook this chicken. I'm going to raw pack it. I got my jars. I'm using wide mouth jars for the chicken because they're easier to handle. Now, because chicken legs do not make very much broth, I add a little bit of chicken bouillon flavor to my chicken legs. That's what I have in this bowl, is chicken bouillon. So I'm going to add some of that to my chicken legs, not the thighs, because they'll make plenty of broth, but the chicken legs have a tendency not to make very much broth. So I'm going to add a little bit to each jar of chicken legs. Now I'm going to put I'm using quart jars, so I'm going to start with the chicken legs going down. I'm going to try to get 6 into each jar. Let's see how this works. So I've got 3 going down, and I'm going to go 3 pointed up if I can get them in there. So that's what they look like. Alright, so I put 1 thigh on this side, 1 thigh on this side, smushing it down in there good. And I think, let me see, that's 3. Smush it down in there good, because you want to make sure that you leave an inch of headspace. Okay, in my canner I have 3 inches of water. It's cold water. These are cold packed. Cold meat, cold water. Now I'm going to put the lid on. Turn it this way so I can see the gauge. I'm going to turn my heat on high and bring it up and let it start venting. So these are going to process for 75 minutes because I've processed them with bone in. At 11 pounds of pressure for my altitude for 75 minutes. So When that is done, I'll bring you back when I bring them out of the canner. Hey y'all. Glad you stuck with me on this because I'm pretty excited. So my canner has processed for 75 minutes and I've left it alone until the pressure is back down to 0. The safety valve is down. There's no steam coming out. So I'm going to open this canner very carefully. Because it is very hot. So I don't want to be burnt. So I always open it away from me very carefully. Set this over here out of the way. And get my jars out. They are still boiling. Very, very hot. Very, very hot. But they have a really good color. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I will show you them in just one second. Let me get them out of here. Okay. All right. This is what they look like in the jar. They are boiling, boiling, boiling. They are pinging, pinging, pinging. So I have another batch ready to go in the canner, but the canner is entirely too hot. So I'm going to let it cool down. Now, one thing that I did different on this batch, these are ready to go in the canner. This one, right there, I cut off the thighs. I cut all the backs off of the thighs. And this jar is nothing but backs. And this is Callie's jar. I'm going to put these in here and pressure can them along with my jars of legs and thighs. But when it comes out of the canner, it's going to be sealed, but it's going to be Callie's jar. So I will, when I open this, I will take the backs out. It's nothing but the backs. Take them out and grind them up and give them to Callie. But that's going to be Callie's jar. Is my dog rotten or what? But yes, that is her jar. Anyway, that's what they look like. I am so excited. I'm going to get this other batch in and get it done and call it a day. Work early in the morning for me. So, thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate every one of you. If you like this sort of video, please give me a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you later. Hey y'all. Callie and I appreciate you watching our video. Yes we do. We've got some more you may want to see. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thanks. And until next time, we'll see you later. No.